Sasuke vs. B is a pretty interesting and cool looking fight, but it's very difficult to tell what actually happened and who came out on top in the fight, because essentially Sasuke gets pounded many times, but he kinda wins in the end, but he kinda doesn't because B substitutes, so he doesn't actually capture B, but it seems he did, so it's very confusing. In this video, let's try to break down what actually happened and who came out on top. So Sasuke arrives with his team, Taka, to capture B and the Eight Tails alongside him, and they encounter a pretty tough nut to crack. B is very powerful, he's much more powerful than Sasuke's minions, and he is also outmaneuvering Sasuke in swordsmanship. After a somewhat lengthy exchange, B is able to hit Sasuke, thrusting two of his swords on Sasuke's body, and that was a pretty powerful blow. His entire team has to come for his rescue, and Karin has to heal Sasuke. After that, Sasuke is able to dodge B's attack and puts him under a genjutsu. But, unbeknownst to him, genjutsu doesn't work on perfect Jinchuriki, so B just snaps out of it and lariats Sasuke very, very badly, destroying his upper torso and just wrecking Sasuke up really bad. Jugo once again has to come in for the rescue and actually give some of his body to Sasuke, turning himself into a kid so that Sasuke can survive. Suigetsu then has to jump in when B turns into the full 8 tails to just try and stop him and buy time for his team to escape, and he gets a Bijudama to the face, almost dying in the process. If he wasn't made out of water, I don't know, man, I think he would have died. But then Sasuke uses Amaterasu and just clutches the fight, taking down the 8 tails, because to be fair, large creatures are vulnerable to Amaterasu because they're just so large and you can hit them pretty easily. So let's think about it. Sasuke, if he didn't have the help of his team, well, he would have died twice. First when he got hit by the swords, and after that when he got hit by lariat, which were two very powerful blows. I don't think the swords by themselves would kill Sasuke, but B was following that attack up with a finishing blow that was blocked by Suigetsu, and that saved Sasuke's life. But Sasuke could not have survived the lariat if he didn't have help from Jugo. That was just a completely crippling, debilitating, and deadly attack, and one of the most badass scenes in the entire anime/manga when B just says "Wee!" celebrating his attack after hitting Sasuke. It's amazing. So if we're talking about a fight between Sasuke and B at that stage of the series, Sasuke by himself would have lost to Killer B. His only chance really was to use Amaterasu as soon as the battle starts, before they even engage, so Sasuke doesn't get hit by B's attacks, because I don't think B can dodge Amaterasu, especially in base, because the Raikage had to be powered up to the max so he could dodge Amaterasu properly. So I think the only possible win condition for that Sasuke was to hit Killer B with Amaterasu as soon as the fight starts. However, when we are talking about Team Taka versus Killer B, things change because they won the fight. Even though Sasuke was very badly hurt twice and would definitely have lost the fight if he didn't have help, it doesn't change the fact that they came out on top. And a lot of people like to say that B just didn't want to win and that he wanted to be captured, quote unquote, so that he could escape the Cloud Village using his substitution, because then his brother would think he was captured, so that would give him a pretext to just disappear. I think he didn't plan that out. I think it was just something he did after he realized he could do, because if you think about it, Killer B wasn't really trying to hold back at all against Sasuke. He was going full in. He tried to kill Sasuke twice and almost succeeded, and he was trying to attack him with everything he had the entire time. I mean, he turned into the full 8 tails and threw a tail beast bomb at them. If he wanted to throw away the fight, he wouldn't be tossing Bijudamas against them, because that's a very deadly attack. I genuinely think the Amaterasu defeated the 8 tails, because what could he do about it? If Sasuke didn't put out the flames, they would just keep going until they burned everything away. And sure, Sasuke then cut off one of B's tentacles with his Chidori spear, and then B used that to substitute. But that's the thing. If Sasuke hadn't cut that, would B even be able to substitute? Maybe he would. I don't know if maybe the fire didn't catch on all of his tentacles. Maybe he just could detach one of them to substitute. But still, it seems a little iffy. And I don't think B had an answer for the Amaterasu. He was just burning the entire body of the Eight Tails. And then, when he realized, well, he was quote-unquote captured by the Akatsuki, he could then vanish from the Cloud Village to go learn lyrics from that strange guy with a raccoon. Because tell me honestly, what could B do against the Amaterasu? He couldn't put it out. I mean, he was in the entire tailed beast form and he was hit by it and his entire body was being incinerated by it. So the substitution was really the only way he could escape. He didn't have any other answer for it. And if you think he had something, please comment below. Essentially what I'm saying here is that 1v1 Sasuke versus B, that Sasuke lost the battle. But Taka versus B is another story because Taka clearly won the fight. And if you have a different opinion, I would love to hear that. Subscribe to the channel and like this video, please. Thanks for watching.